Hi, welcome to day 6 of the Detox mission in the Candlepoint chapter. We have Ruby Doomsday, Matthew Lockhart, Dr. Al-Aziz, and Ophelia Willows. We have 2 things to address that I didn't do previously. The first, very straightforward, I forgot to refill Ophelia Willows' hand to 6 at the end of the last turn. The second thing is a bit more difficult to resolve. I noticed editing the videos of earlier turns that at a certain point, relatively early, I skipped the pollution's ability where it causes everyone a point of body damage. It's kind of a big deal. So what I'm gonna do, and it's probably, I don't know, well, yeah, I think it might lose me this game, is I'm now going to inflict a point of body damage on everyone. And you can see some folks are pretty low on cards. Specifically, we've only got 3 of them for Ruby Doomsday. It's about to be her turn. Let's move this here to remind me. More importantly, perhaps, we've only got 5 cards left in the game clock. And we have one whole nexus with, how many cards are in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cards, really? I mean, I guess so. And we don't have a lot of omens out. So, yeah, let's just do some bookkeeping. A point of body damage for Ruby. A point of body damage for Matthew Lockhart. He has no body cards. So we will shuffle these up, and he loses his extra razor blades. And by the way, I mean, we had the watchdog with us at that point, but he would have prevented a point of damage, but then run off to another nexus and added a card, so we're just taking the damage. A point of body damage to Dr. Al-Aziz with no body cards. No, just roll a d6, he's got 6 cards. Except he doesn't, he has 5. I still could roll a d6. All right, his damage is also extra razor blades. Ophelia does have 6 cards, starting from the left. She loses the 5th card, which is the Mondrian Cell. All right, pollution, I hope you're happy. We start Ruby Doomsday's turn by drawing from the clock and adding to her hand an Omen of Doom. Feedback will cause us to trash a mind die, which I don't think, yeah, it's going to end up being a body check against the kudzu. So really, we don't have time to not take advantage of pretty much every Omen card as quickly as possible. We know that's the kudzu, so she's going to play Feedback, which will of course reveal there is the Master, which is kudzu. This will not come into play. Let me get that out of the way. So Ruby has a body of 4. Here are 4 body dice. She has 1 point of strike, being a feisty little roller derby girl. We will get Matthew Lockhart to assist, allowing us 4 rerolls, which then converts this into one of these 5 cards. I've been rolling the die, by the way, as if it was a deck where you start from the top and work your way down. Actually, I am going to do that. I don't know why I'm fanning it out. So we will use not 6 cards in there. The 4th card, which means the kudzu is terrifying. 2 is not good. Reload 1 random card. Not that big a deal. I've only got 2. Will it be the Omen or the Gift? We're reloading the Omen. All right, so this is pretty much resolved. It is a mutated kudzu. It's terrifying, so we can re-roll 4 dice. We need a 14. If we succeed, the nexus is closed automatically. If we don't succeed, we have to waste another turn trying to close it. So we need to succeed. I don't think there's anyone else who can help us. Unfortunately, she's situated where the bones won't let us I can't use the bones. Could I use a grifter now? No. I wonder if I should use this athame. There's got to be some fancy way. I got this earlier. It's so flexible. Surely I can use this to somehow help us. I mean, I think with the blessed athame, we could maybe use it if we needed to add bones after we've rolled. We've got Mondrian cell, one Mondrian cell. We had one, we lost that. I think we're just gonna have to try it. All right, here goes. We want a 14. We get 4 rerolls if needed. Okay, I'm very happy with that. So we succeeded, so it tries to escape, which it does, over to here. Now, normally, especially if you know this game system through Pathfinder, you might think, whoa, why are you letting it get away, Tom? You knew where it was. Why didn't you send someone over to the farm to guard that nexus so that the kudzu couldn't escape? Well, because what we're trying to do, our priority for winning, as a matter of fact, our victory condition, the only way we can win is by closing all of these nexuses. I like the idea of the kudzu being in that deck somewhere because it is now a shortcut to closing the farm. Our victory condition isn't kill the kudzu, our victory condition is close all the nexuses. So there will be once I shuffle these, there are 2 cards in here that let us instantly close the farm. And what we need to do to win this mission is find one of them before the clock runs out. And there are now 4 cards in that clock. All right, there's the farm. The woods are closed. Everyone moves over to the farm. Ruby's turn is over because once you go to Sanctify, you can't go back to Investigate. Matthew Lockhart draws an Omen of Hope. Good. Because remember, we want the farm to be flipped to, as it's about to be now, to be flipped to its hope side, because that means if we run into the pollution, which does not automatically close the nexus like the kudzu does, in order for us to close it, we have to fight the hay man. And hey man, he's not messing around. Okay, Hope lets Matthew Lockhart heal one of these cards. And he heals an Omen of Doom. All right, investigating, we find, there we go. So let's just throw everything we've got into defeating pollution and we can bring this puppy home. We can detox Candlepoint and win the game. All right, pollution, let's not forget. First things first, when you initiate the confrontation with pollution, everybody suffers a body damage. So no body cards here. Ruby Doomsday, it's the memory killer. Matthew Lockhart. His damage is the, oh shoot, oh well, no fun tricks with that then. No body cards here. The worry beads. And then finally she has the plague mask. So the plague mask just lets us decrease body damage by 2 if we reload this card. All right, pollution, a mind of 11, a body of 12. Because we've got so many mind cards, we're definitely going to do this. Normally we might go for the body choice, but... All right, so there's that. Study is a keyword. He has no study. Shoot, while I'm considering this, I just realized 2 things. The first is, if we defeat the pollution, look at what it takes to close this. Remember, anyone can do this. Anyone at the Nexus or the investigator whose turn it is. Reload 2 body gifts or recycle 1 body gift. Nobody has any body gifts. I'm not going to be able to, even defeating the pollution, I'm not going to be able to close the Nexus. And furthermore, even if I do close the Nexus, that clears out all the cards but the kudzu. I still have to fight the kudzu. So, well, let's just see this through. Okay, first thing, get Dr. Al-Aziz to assist, which will give us 4 rerolls. Here are the mutate cards. We will use the 3rd one. Oh, geez. Oh man, I've done it now. All right. This could have been so terrible. Look at some of these. Avoid the threat, terminate. Each saint at a nexus must confront a copy of the threat. This was almost horrific. I got so lucky there. All right, it is swarming pollution, but my penalty is I can add 1 bonus die for each saint assisting, which is currently just 1. All right, we will use wishful thinking to boost the check, which adds 1 mind die, and it invokes charm or conjure. Matthew has 1 point of charm, so we have that there. So we need this to hit an 11. We can re-roll 4 of the dice if necessary. And there's a 17, that's even better. We also handily beat the 14, so we don't have to shuffle another card in there. But I now go to the Sanctify step, and I cannot do this. Nobody has any body gifts. There is actually, can you recycle or sacrifice out of your halo? Let me check that. So I am pretty sure I can't do this. I looked through the rules. I did a search through the forum on Board Game Geek. I read the facts. I would think if you could do it, it would have been clarified somewhere. But it seems like the cost here is paid out of your hand. And furthermore, it would be problematic. If I could treat this as if it were in my hand, I think that would raise other issues. Damage is specified, by the way, as cards out of your hand. But when I've looked up language of reloading or recycling or other costs, it doesn't seem to always specify from your hand, although I think that's assumed. Furthermore, I think you could cheese your way out of having to sacrifice this card if you could use a card in your halo to pay costs. So I'm going to say I can't do it. And what this means is this does not close. This is defeated. It's no longer in the deck, and hopefully we can still find the kudzu and win the game that way. But there are way more cards in there, depending on the position of the kudzu in that deck. It's going to determine whether we win or lose. All right, that is it for Matthew Lockhart, drawing his hand up to 5. Dr. Al-Aziz, drawing from the deck, an Omen of Hope. So any body checks that we do, we'll add a die. It is simply a gift. So a soul of 3. We need a 12. I am going to use the Grifter. During Initiate, I can recycle this card to give or take a card from any player. So recycling this to take this Omen here from Ruby. We will use this Mademoiselle Rue's Elixir. That will give us another soul die. And because it now brings, oh shoot, it's Conjure. He already doesn't have Conjure. So that's just for 1 die. I wonder if we should even save it for this, the ability to flip a die. As a matter of fact, I think we're going to, instead of that. I think with flipping we'll be fine. I'm just going to roll this, right? Does that make sense? Let's find out. Oh my god. Oh, and the problem is I'm going to take damage and lose the Omen, which I just got. Oh, this is falling apart so quickly. Let's see. So if we flip this to a 6, that'll give us a 10. We'll still have to burn 2 dang cards. Oh man, the worst. All right, well, let's do this. I'm going to sacrifice this to flip this to a 6. I am then going to have Matthew Lockhart play his Mondrian Cell. Evaluate versus a threat. Oh, it's only versus a threat. Dagnabbit. You can't use a Mondrian Cell against a gift. It's not going to help you with your dream share. So it didn't even matter that we played the elixir, because we're taking 2 points of damage. We have to lose everything. So there we go. Along with that omen card, which we really needed. This is gone. This is gone. Dr. Aziz, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Barely enough cards not to fade, which is what it's called in Apocrypha when you die. Over to Ophelia Willows, who will use this power to look at a card. Drawing here. All right, 2 Omens of Doom. So I'm actually okay with extravagance. Flip to Doom. If it is if it's a gift, avoid it and investigate again. So we don't want a gift. Our only hope is to run into the kudzu now. It is not a gift, it is a threat. So the rattle trap is body or mind. For Ophelia, she will go with mind, which is a 3. She will get Dr. Z's to assist her, which will give her 4 rerolls, which then means we are mutating with the 5th card. It is a rock solid rattle trap. Yeah, good. Add 1 body die during a symbol. Okay, there's a body die. We're mainly doing this because Dr. Aziz's Wolfram Cube, when assembling versus a mutated card, he can recycle this to add a body die. It also is adding, hack is already in the challenge. And we roll these dice. We can re-roll 4 of them. We need a 12. Let's see if we lose. Suffer 2. This applies to everyone. So losing means, by the way, not only that everyone suffers damage, but we immediately go to the end. Oh, the end of the that confrontation, not the end of the turn. Shoot. All right, here we go. We need a 12 against a rattle trap. That is not quite there. There's an 11. We'll re-roll these 4. There we go. So we beat the rattle trap. It is discarded. And that's the end of this 6th day. We have 1 card left in the clock. We have 1 more chance to close the farm. Actually, no, we have 1 turn. We've got 1 omen card. We're going to draw 1. So here we are. Let's just, without even doing a new video, cut straight to the 7th day. Ruby Doomsday, drawing this card right here. It is an omen of hope. Oh, shoot, I wasn't doing this. At the farm, you have to bury 1 random card from your discard pile. It's sort of like you have to keep planting things in the farm. I like that. Things have to be buried at the farm. So active investigators who have had who have had an end phase at the farm have included all 4 of these. So all of them are going to have a random card buried. All right, there. Even though I think some of them ended their turn at the farm when it was on the hope side, at this point, whatever, things are just going so poorly. Let's just see what we can accomplish here with these 2 final omens. One of them will cause us to trash the highest die against a threat. We don't want that. And then the other one, flip your, the other one causes 1 point of healing. We will do this one first. So comfort flips that to hope. We heal a random card, which just gets shuffled into the deck, so I'm not sure, again, it's a big deal. The memory killer. All right, here we go. Well, I'll take it. Okay, so if we beat the kudzu, we automatically close the nexus. We have cleansed Candlepoint, or the detox mission, but let's see if we can beat kudzu. So, and actually, we have one of the right players to do it. All right, it is going to be a body of 14. She's got 4 body dice. It uses strike or study. She's got 1 point of strike. She has no cards here that can help her. We do have, this is always nice to be able to help out with a big old crowbar, Halligan bar here. So this will add a body or a rage die. We are skilled in strike, so we won't suffer any damage. Oh, no, wait, so it's if Matthew Lockhart was skilled in strike, he wouldn't suffer body damage, but he's not skilled in strike, so he does suffer 1 body damage. At this point, I'm okay with that. And it gets recycled into his deck. So just to make things colorful, we will add a point of rage. I will definitely be mutating this kudzu. Oh, assemble using body, add 1 body die. All right, here is the mutation deck. The 5th card, Fiery Kudzu. Jeez, I'm getting so lucky here. Before the active person takes damage, oh yeah, so you could protect a card from damage. Basically sort of a fire shield. All right, so that'll allow us 4 rerolls from Matthew Lockhart's assist. If it comes up, we can use the Mondrian cell. And I think that's it. I think we have to go for it. I mean, I'm okay with this. We've got 7 dice. We can reroll 4 of them. We need to hit a 14, and that'll just affect damage, which, by the way, you're never damaged by kudzu. I don't know why that is. Here we go. For the game. I'm totally okay with that. Man, I just, I got super lucky. I mean, it's timing. That's a good game of Pathfinder or Apocrypha. That's kind of how this system works. There's a lot of times it can come down to that very last moment because so much does depend on the randomness of the flip of a card or a die roll. And it wasn't technically the last moment. We had Ruby Tuesday had Ruby Tuesday. All this time, I've done hours of recording this this game, and I've never once called her Ruby Tuesday until now. But we did have 1 more investigate in us, so technically we could have gotten through 1 more card at least. But yeah, so that was the detox scenario. Just to finish anything out here that needs to be finished, I don't think it matters. There's no damage step. This would be discarded. It takes us, what is it, Master Terminate, go to Sanctify. He'll try to escape, he can't. We seal the Nexus if we won against him, which we did. So this is now sealed, which then means the victory, you win if the last Nexus, which is what this is sealed. And then these are discarded. All right, so there are all those formalities out of the way. But yeah, so I've got some interesting cards to play with to rebuild everyone's deck. We are going to get this fleeting fragment here. As a matter of fact, let's save that for the next video. We will break down everyone's deck, we will redistribute the cards, and set up for the next mission, which is, I think it's called, is it the jogging themed one? You know what, we'll find out. So this has been the Detox mission for Candlepoint, the starter chapter in Apocrypha. It's one of the least, they're basically tutorial missions. I'm I would like to go to one of the missions, either Skinwalker, which is in the core set, or from one of the 2 expansion sets. There are some really cool chapter structures. They play around and do some cool things. They all introduce new cards, but I still want to play some with this starter situation. So rather than move on to a different chapter, let's just move to the next step in the Candlepoint chapter. And we'll do the interstitial and then set up the next mission in the next video. I'll see you then. Thank you. Oh, shoot a monkey.